I hear people say that bottom loading is dumb, it's harder, it's whatever. What's up, everybody? Doug Lane here, Fastlane Car Care. Got a brand new 2025 Honda CRV Hybrid Sport, whatever. I'm gonna show you guys how to bottom load this. I'm gonna put this sweep back in real quick. Show you how it's done. Guys, I hear a lot of people in the I shouldn't say a lot, but from time to time, I hear people say that bottom loading is dumb, it's harder, it's whatever. See how short this is? See how short that is? You're not gonna two-stage that without creasing the crap out of this right here. You're just not. I mean, if you are, you know, super pro, sure. But if you've been tinting long enough to do that, then you've been tinting long enough to do this right here. Okay, time me. So all you need to do, get a hold of the rubber, you know, right between the rubber and the panel. Pop, pop, pop. Not using a ton of pressure, not going full gorilla with it. Okay, so now you just made your life 15 times easier. What was that? 16 seconds. Okay, 16 seconds is what it took to pull that sweep. 16 seconds to not have to fight with the film right there. I'll take it every time. So now we've got that out of the way. Man, never fails. I always forget something over there. We'll just hit it with the after juice there. This is pretty much an isopropyl alcohol mix. Pretty strong stuff. And really, I just want to hit my top edge here because I'm going to clean the exterior glass when I'm all finished. But I want to get the top edge, that way no junk runs back into my film there. We're peeling off the peel board, but you can do this off the car. You guys, if you're, you know, coming back, this isn't your first time. You've seen me do it a million times. I don't have a peel board on that side. I peel off the car. And a lot of people say, oh, you can't do that. It's, you can look at my finished products. You won't be able to tell which one I peeled off the car and which one I peeled off the peel board. I mean, obviously, if you know what the setup is, you know what I mean, you're gonna know. But if that's not the case, you know what I mean, you just walking by looking at it, you're not gonna tell the difference. And it's mainly because it's all in the prep. It's all in the prep, guys. So your 2025 CRV comes apart just a little bit differently than the 24s, in that there is, in the CRVs and whatnot, and the Civics, I believe, are the same. There's a push tab here and a push tab here, and you can technically remove the sweep without disengaging those, but typically I do just to have the extra space. These only have one. They got one like right there. So a little bit easier than years past. To be completely honest, maybe the 23s are like that, and I'm just thinking of the Civics. All I know is pretty much all the new Hondas are built the same. And they're freaking easy, man. I could do these things all day, every day. I'm out here jamming, making Facebook posts, and, you know, doing the whole nine. It's 9:45, and I'll be done with this in about 20 minutes. So long as everything goes according to plan, which, you know, y'all know sometimes that doesn't happen. But old Titan over there is set on kill. So if we gotta, you know, if we gotta cut ourselves another pattern, we can. And we can do it rapidly. Watch your fingers on these top edges, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but these new ones are kind of rough, man. I feel like since COVID hit, like, the quality on all these new cars is pretty lacking, especially for what they're charging for them. But I don't know, maybe I'm just being too nitpicky since I work with glass literally all day, every day. But yeah, I just feel like they could do a better job. So I'll just go ahead and let you know this is a Gator blade, made in USA. You do want to sand these down once in a while. I've never had one scratch glass, but you go jamming it into places and getting nicks in it and stuff, I'm sure it's possible, especially if you have weak glass. But yeah, I don't use panel covers most of the time unless it's something high-end, exotic, leather, you know, whatever. These plastic panels, check us out. Check us out. Check us out. Whoop. Mainly because I haven't really found a panel cover that actually sticks. I don't think I have the new Seal Guard, you know, from Matt's website with the wider tape, but the ones I used to have, the tape never stuck to anything. It was a pain. You know, you do it on the GMs and on other stuff that, you know, can't get wet, but this plastic stuff here, you're not going to hurt it. The caveat is, as long as you're moving quickly, right? As long as it's not sitting there for 20-30 minutes wet, it's not going to hurt it. Especially this is brand new with 100 and some miles on it. So it's not all dirty. So we're not gonna have to really worry about clean streaks or anything. Now, this is kind of the tricky part. Just getting that film started. And you wanna shimmy her on over there. But you also wanna lay this down, you know, enough that it doesn't, there we go. Because you gotta get this low enough so you don't flip this top edge up and hit the door. So now we're good there. There we go. This is yesterday's slip. I figured I'd burn the rest of it off on this deal rather than waste it, because it was 2 ounces per gallon, 2.25 ounces per gallon, and it's super cold today. Like, it's woke up in the 30s, so I think it's 50 something in here right now. So I knew this would slip. Using Fusion All Type. I don't use baby soap. I know a lot of people ask me that in the comments, like what slip solution I'm using. Whoop, there we go. And it's Fusion All Type or Dawn. I don't use. Never have used baby soap, honestly. Just haven't. I don't know why. Just never have. But the problem with All Type, and it's also a problem with dish soap, but more so with your GeoShield tint slip, Fusion All Type. I can't speak on some of the other ones, but after like the next day even, it does not slip as well as it does when you first made it. So you definitely don't want to leave this stuff sitting for 2 or 3 days and then come back, because it'll be chunky, and usually it's not going to slide worth a crap. So, you know, but at $60 a gallon, I have a really difficult time throwing away, you know, 1/4 gallon just because it's a day old. I'd rather spray quarters or windshield strips, or, you know, something that you don't really have to slide. Just to get rid of it, and then, you know, mix fresh slip. Now, over the weekend, if it's out over the weekend, yeah, I'll probably just waste it, because you're going to do more harm than good at that point, but it just depends. They say Dawn, you know, can ruin the adhesive because of all the degreasers and stuff. And I imagine that's probably accurate as far as like your new, because every year they make that stuff stronger and stronger. I use the Sam's Club off-brand knockoff version, and my wife said that it sucks for washing dishes, so I figure it probably doesn't have very many degreasers and stuff in it. If it doesn't do a good job washing dishes, it's probably fine. So I don't use it as much as I used to, but you know, in the summer months and it's hot, you know, and I need some slip, I'll slip it. I'll throw it in there. If you're just starting out, or you're practicing on your own car or whatever, you know, and you just want to get the hang of it, you just want to get, you know, the process down and all that, I wouldn't sweat it too much, especially if you're not buying a high quality film. If you're not buying a high quality film that's going to last 5 or 6 years, really doesn't matter what slip solution you use, because your stuff's going to fail anyway. Now, you heard me say that it's cold. So what I like to do, I don't know if you can see, but I like to grab the film and just kind of push on it and see if it moves. It is a little bit. but not much. So I got my heat gun. And I'm just gonna I don't wanna shrink it. I don't wanna put a bunch of heat and try to shrink it. I just wanna keep it moving and get it warm so that it tacks up. We call this post-heating. Yeah. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while or whatever, you'll see me torch the outside of the glass. It achieves the same goal. It's just here lately, I just kind of like to do the heat gun, because if you torch the outside, whatever wax or anything that they have on there, when it gets wet, when it rains, you'll see where there's a difference in the way the water behaves, where you torch versus where you don't, and the heat gun doesn't do that. So, never had a complaint, but brand new car, I just use the heat gun. The one really nice thing about Fusion All-Type especially is it seems like when compared to Dawn dish soap, whatever kind you're using, I guess I shouldn't say any kind because I don't know what every soap does, but a lot of times when you squeegee out your dish soap mix, you can still fine-tune that film, and it seems like with the Fusion All-Type, when you squeegee it, bro, it's stuck. You squeegee it out and you get everything done, like this film's stuck, even though it's kind of cool, and this is mixed probably a little bit more slippery than what I would normally mix it if I was mixing it fresh. Like right now, I'd probably mix exactly 2 ounces per gallon, only because I know it's going to be around 70 later. Could be a little bit warmer, could be a little bit cooler, but when you're mixing up gallons at a time, you kind of have to look at the average, the big picture. You may have to fight it a little bit more in the afternoon, so that you don't have to fight it as much in the morning, or vice versa. You may have to mix it up a little bit slippery in the morning, so that way it's the way you like it when you get to the afternoon time. It's all game, it's all learning. So this is an isopropyl alcohol mix. Really just gets rid of that moisture, man, and cuts the soap and all that, and just, man, does a nice job getting rid of the streaks. So we'll grab these green towels. I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up, but certain ways it looks like contamination all through the window, but it's actually just little lint off of that green towel. So here you go, proof that I know what I'm talking about. Get this all wiped down real nice. Let's see. So right there is a speck on the glass, some sort of like fallout or something. There's a little bit more there. What we're looking for is silver. Right there is probably a speck of dust, but it's not showing up silver, so it probably will be invisible once that water dries out. Okay, we got one speck there. We got one speck up in the corner. And well, one speck. I guess I better redo it, huh? Psych. No, that's pretty good. International window film standards say if you can't see it from 3 feet away on a sunny day, it is good to go. Now, you can roll down the window on these if you want and put the sweep in. I don't find it necessary, which I really love. Look, boom, boom, boom. The door panel here clips onto a channel on the strip, or on the gasket there. So, I mean, you're good to go. So, now it's time to party. Let's get this windshield strip done. And for this, I'd like to take my tool belt off. I can't tell you how many times I've lost a shitload of custom knives down in seats, bro. And, you know, they mean a lot to me, which is the important thing. The real reason why I get upset about it. But You know, it's my own fault, so really kind of sucks losing custom blades. So I just go ahead and take my belt off. That way stuff, like when you're sitting here, stuff's not falling out of your pockets. We're running core for the software, for the plotter software, and for these, there are no variants for the windshield, which is another thing I love. A lot of times with plotter software, with other makes and models, you got to go through and, you know, does it have this windshield or that system up here? The Civics, I believe, are the same. They have no variants, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just click cut, and you know that it's going to work. It's fantastic. Makes it so nice. Like the Chevys, man. The Chevys, they have like one option that's like this, and then they have one option that's like half an inch smaller. Like, are you serious? I like to just do a little quick mist right here. Nothing heavy, because I don't want to drag crap down out of the headliner. I'm going to go ahead and pull this release liner all the way off, make sure it lays flat, and boom. And then you just want to make sure you pick it straight up, but don't touch anything, right? You don't want that to curl up and get wrapped up on your towel. You don't want to pick it up and touch the glass down here where you didn't prep. Now check this out. How are we going to do this? Slide it over, get it just on the glass. And now this is where you kind of got to choose your own adventure. I don't know if you can see. Let me get some light. I like to just line these up. So like in our state, it's really popular to say, oh, it can't be below the AS1. So that's typically what most pattern options are going to be, because I know some other state laws are the same way. But this is the trickiest part about it, man. You want to get that moisture out, but you don't want to push so hard that you're dragging that film around. And I do just like to, even though I got my towel, I just want to, you know, my dash towel down here, I want to get the big streaks. Now I'm going to come back just like I do a side window, man. Now we're going to put a little beans to it. Just depending on how slippery it is, you know, you may want to just do kind of like a medium pass and then come back and do a hard pass, but I think we're good. And then you can use, you know, your corner tool. See how that slid? See how that slid? If we got lucky, we can slide it back. Looks like we can. Yep, perfect. Alright. Good enough. But go ahead and do one more firm pass just to make sure that film locks down. We got super lucky. It didn't like lift or try to do anything crazy and crease or get a bunch of contamination in it or anything. So what I was going to say, you can use a hard card, you could use this, whatever. I like to wrap it up in either a microfiber or a blue shop towel. And then I like to get the moisture off of the edges, because it can try to weep its way back in there. So super simple, guys. Like, these things are just gravy. Oh, I should probably turn this car off. Since we're done with the windows. Now all we have to do is the other side. It's going to be the exact same way. So I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. I think that's just proof that bottom loading is simple. I think you should really know both. You should know two-stage and bottom loading if you want to be proficient and professional. If you have all the time in the world, you know, you just want to do your own car or whatever, it's way easier for me to get a good result bottom loading. And I'll tell you this, I two-stage for 7 years, and then I started bottom loading once in a while. And once one of my friends showed me like how easy it was to pull some of these sweeps, I started doing more research on different cars on my own. I've never looked back. I very, very seldom two-stage anything anymore. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.